Alex was a skilled mechanic who worked far from the busy cities of Earth. He lived on the edge of known space, where very few people traveled. His job was to fix spaceships of all kinds. Sometimes he worked for traders, sometimes for explorers, and sometimes for people who just needed a quick repair to keep going. Life was quiet, but Alex liked it. He enjoyed solving problems and figuring out how things worked. One day, while Alex was checking a cargo ship at a small space station, he noticed something unusual. A faint distress signal was coming from nearby. It was different from the normal calls he heard every day. Curious, Alex followed the signal and soon saw a small ship drifting near the station. It looked damaged and worn out, floating without power. He decided to investigate. When Alex got closer, he saw two figures inside the ship. They were twins, almost exactly the same, but clearly not human. Their skin was smooth and pale with a faint blue glow, and their eyes were large and bright. Their faces were beautiful and gentle, but Alex could tell they had been through a lot. The twins looked worried but hopeful when they saw Alex's ship approaching. Alex opened a channel to speak with them. At first, there was no answer. Then, after a moment, one of the twins tried to speak. Her voice was soft but strong, and she used words that Alex didn't understand. He quickly realized they spoke a language very different from his own. But the twins soon used gestures and simple words, slowly making it clear they needed help to repair their ship. Alex was fascinated. He had never worked on an alien ship before. It looked strange and complicated from the outside, unlike any human craft. The twins explained with gestures and pictures that their ship had been damaged during their journey and that they could not fix it alone. They needed someone with technical skills, someone who could understand machines and energy systems. Even though Alex was not sure he could handle the alien technology, he felt a strong desire to help. He was curious about these mysterious sisters and their ship. He agreed to bring their vessel to his workshop at the station, where he had all his tools and equipment. The twins looked relieved and grateful, and they followed him carefully, their eyes full of hope. At the workshop, Alex started to examine the ship closely. He noticed that it was not just metal and circuits like human ships. This one had parts that looked almost alive, smooth surfaces that changed color, glowing tubes that pulsed like veins, and strange symbols carved into the hull. It was as if the ship itself was breathing. The twins stayed close, watching Alex work. They did not say much but communicated through small gestures and expressions. Sometimes they touched parts of the ship, and Alex saw that their hands could glow softly as if they had a special connection to their vessel. It amazed him. He wondered how such a machine could work and what kind of technology they used. Alex began the repair slowly, cleaning broken wires, replacing damaged panels, and trying to understand the flow of energy. The twins helped by pointing out parts and using small tools they carried with them. Although they could not speak much in a language Alex understood, their teamwork was clear. Together, they made progress. As the days passed, Alex found himself learning more about the ship and the twins. They told him through drawings and simple words that they were explorers from a distant planet. Their mission was to find lost knowledge about their home world, which had suffered a great disaster long ago. Their ship was their only chance to travel far and fast, but without repairs, they would be stuck. Alex felt a connection growing. He realized that he was not just fixing a machine, but helping two brave sisters continue a very important journey. He admired their courage and their hope to find answers to questions that had haunted their people for a long time. The work was hard. Some parts of the ship were strange and delicate. Alex sometimes struggled to figure out how to fix them without causing more damage. But the twins encouraged him in their quiet way, showing trust and patience. Alex's respect for them grew every day. One evening, as Alex was working late, the twins shared a moment of calm with him. They showed him pictures of their home world. beautiful forests, shining lakes, and skies full of stars. The images made Alex feel a little closer to them. He promised silently to do everything he could to help. Even though the language between them was limited, the feelings were clear. There was kindness, trust, and the beginning of friendship. Alex was amazed how two very different beings could come together with a common goal. By the end of the first week, some parts of the ship's systems were back online. Lights glowed softly inside the ship, and quiet humming showed the engines were waking up. The twins smiled, their eyes bright with hope. Alex felt proud, too. He had never imagined this simple repair job would become such an important adventure, yet the hardest part was still ahead. The ship's core, the heart of its power, was badly damaged. Fixing it would need all of Alex's skill and the twins' help, but for now, they could rest and prepare for the next step. That night, Alex looked up at the stars from the station's observation deck. He thought about the strange, glowing sisters and their incredible ship. He felt a mixture of excitement and responsibility. This unexpected meeting was the beginning of something bigger than he had ever dreamed. He was ready to face whatever came next. Alex woke early the next day, feeling both excited and a little nervous. He knew the hardest part of the repair was coming. The ship's core, the place where all its energy came from, was badly damaged. If he couldn't fix it, the twins' journey would be over. But if he succeeded, they would be able to continue exploring the stars, and maybe even find the lost knowledge they were searching for. He returned to his workshop, where the twins were already waiting. They looked calm, but serious. Alex noticed how closely they watched him as he prepared his tools and equipment. It was clear they trusted him with something very important. The core of the ship was unlike anything Alex had worked on before. It was a glowing orb surrounded by delicate crystals and moving parts that looked like they belonged in a living organism, not a machine. The twins explained, using gestures, that this core was more than just energy. It was connected to their home world in a special way. It kept the ship alive and gave it power, but it was also very sensitive. One wrong move could break it forever. Alex took a deep breath and began carefully opening the protective cover. He used his finest tools to work on the tiny connections, replacing broken wires and adjusting the glowing crystals. The twins stayed close, offering silent support and sometimes touching the core lightly with their glowing hands. Alex felt their connection to the ship growing stronger as they worked together. Hours passed as Alex focused on the core. It was difficult to understand all the strange energy flows and how the crystals responded to his adjustments. At times, he felt frustrated and tired, but the twins never lost hope. Their calm presence gave him strength, reminding him that this was more than just a job. It was a mission. To communicate better, the twins started teaching Alex a few words in their language. It was slow at first, but Alex enjoyed the challenge. They laughed softly when he mispronounced a word or mixed up a gesture. This made the work feel lighter, and a new friendship grew between them. One of the twins, who Alex learned was named Lyra, showed him how the core reacted to different energy patterns. She used her hands to create soft, light waves, and Alex watched as the crystals in the core pulsed in time with her movements. It was like a dance between the ship and its crew. Alex realized this was not just technology, but a living part of their lives. The other twin, named Mira, was more quiet but deeply focused. She helped Alex by carefully handing him tools and showing where he should work next. Her eyes shone with a mixture of hope and trust that inspired Alex to keep going, no matter how difficult the task became. As the day turned into night, the workshop was filled with a soft blue light from the ship and the core. Alex felt a strange peace. He was no longer just a human mechanic fixing a strange alien machine. He was part of a story much bigger than himself, a story about hope, courage, and connection between worlds. The twins shared more about their journey. Through simple drawings and the few words they knew in common, Alex learned that their home world was in danger. A disaster had damaged the planet many years ago, and their people had lost much of their history and knowledge. The twins' mission was to explore the galaxy, find clues about their past, and bring back hope to their people. Alex was deeply moved. He thought about his own life on the edge of space, how small it seemed compared to the vast universe and the struggles of these alien sisters. He felt honored to be part of their journey, even if only for a short time. Over the next few days, Alex continued the repair work. Sometimes he worked through the night, driven by the desire to help the twins complete their mission. The twins never left his side. They shared quiet moments of friendship, helping him understand their technology and culture little by little. Alex discovered that the ship's systems were connected in ways that blended science and nature. It was as if the ship grew like a living being, responding to the twins' emotions and needs. This made the repair challenging but also beautiful. Alex felt lucky to witness this rare connection between life and technology. The twins also showed Alex some of their skills. They could heal small wounds with their hands using light that glowed softly. They could communicate silently with each other through thoughts and feelings, a bond that amazed Alex. It was clear they were more than explorers. They were a part of something extraordinary. One afternoon, as Alex was adjusting a delicate crystal, the core suddenly brightened. The ship hummed with power, and the lights inside flickered on. The twins smiled widely, their joy shining through their glowing eyes. Alex felt a surge of pride and happiness. They were close to finishing the repair, but there was still work to do. Some systems were fragile and needed careful testing. Alex knew one wrong step could cause the whole ship to lose power again. So, he moved slowly, double-checking every connection and asking the twins to help guide him. Together they ran tests on the ship's engines, navigation, and communication systems. Alex was amazed by how the twins worked as a team, their minds and hearts connected in a way that made their efforts smooth and efficient. He admired their strength and determination. In quiet moments, Alex asked the twins more about their culture and world. They told him about the beauty of their planet, the festivals they celebrated, and the stories passed down from their ancestors. Alex listened with fascination, imagining the world beyond the stars. As the repair neared completion, Alex felt a mix of excitement and sadness. He had grown close to the twins and enjoyed their company. He knew they would leave soon, continuing their mission far away, but he was happy to have helped them. On the last night before the ship was ready, Alex and the twins sat together outside the workshop, looking up at the stars. The twins thanked Alex in their own way, sharing a soft song that filled the night, air with warmth and hope. Alex realized this moment was special. It was not just about fixing a ship, but about the connection between different lives and worlds. He felt grateful for the chance to be part of their story. With the ship repaired and ready, the twins prepared to leave. Alex watched as they activated. The engines and the ship glowed brighter than ever. He knew this was only the beginning of their journey and of his own adventure beyond the edges of space. After many days of hard work, the ship was finally ready to fly again. Alex could hardly believe how much he had learned about the twins and their strange living technology. But what surprised him most was the deep bond he felt growing between them. Even though they came from very different worlds, they shared something special, a connection that went beyond words or species. The twins, Lyra and Mira, were more than just grateful customers now. They had become friends. Alex noticed small changes in their behavior. They smiled more often, and their glowing hands sometimes reached out to touch his arm in a gentle way. It was a quiet kind of closeness, but it meant a lot. Alex felt honored to be trusted by them. One morning, as the sun's soft light filled the workshop, Lyra began to show Alex more about their culture and their people. Using simple drawings and gestures, She explained that their home planet was called Illyria, a place full of life and beauty. She painted pictures with her fingers in the air, tall trees that shimmered with light, rivers that sparkled like stars, and creatures that seemed part plant, part animal. Alex listened carefully, imagining this distant world he had never seen. Mira added to the story, her eyes shining as she told Alex about the twin moons that lit their skies at night and the peaceful cities where her people lived. She used her glowing hands to create soft images that floated between them, images of music, dance, and celebration. Alex felt like he was being invited into a magical world. But beneath these beautiful stories, Alex sensed a deep sadness. The twins' journey was not just about exploration. It was a mission to save their people and their planet. Many years ago, a terrible disaster had struck Illyria, causing great damage to their environment and scattering their people across the stars. The twins had left their home to find lost knowledge, ancient secrets that might help restore Illyria to its former glory. Alex admired their courage. Leaving home to travel the unknown, carrying the hopes of an entire people, was no small task. He understood better now why the ship was so important to them. It was not just a vehicle, but a symbol of hope. As the days passed, Alex's bond with the twins grew stronger. They shared quiet moments, sometimes sitting together watching the stars. The twins showed Alex how to listen to the ship in new ways, how it responded to their thoughts and feelings. It was almost like the ship had a mind of its own, connected to its pilots in a way Alex had never experienced with any machine before. One evening, the twins taught Alex a simple song from their world. The melody was soft and haunting, filled with longing and hope. Alex tried to sing along, laughing when he missed a note. The twins smiled, happy to share a piece of their culture. It was a moment of joy that made the hard work and long hours feel worthwhile. Alex also noticed the sisters' close relationship with each other. They moved and spoke as if connected by a silent thread, finishing each other's thoughts without words. It was clear they had always been together, through every challenge and joy. Alex felt lucky to witness this special bond. During one quiet afternoon, Alex asked the twins more about the technology of their ship. They showed him how it used energy from the stars and their own life force to power its systems. The glowing crystals and organic parts were not just machines, but living things that needed care and respect. Alex realized that repairing the ship had been like healing a living creature. The twins taught Alex how to care for the ship, explaining the rituals they performed to keep it healthy and strong. They showed him how to use light and touch to communicate with the ship's core and how to sense its needs. Alex practiced these new skills, feeling a deeper connection with the ship and the twins. One day, while testing the ship's navigation system, the twins shared a secret. Their mission was to find a hidden archive, a place where their ancestors stored knowledge before the disaster. This archive, they believed, held the key to saving Illyria. Finding it would be difficult, but the twins were determined. Alex felt the weight of their hope. He wanted to help them more, but he knew his role was limited. Still, he promised to support them as much as he could. The twins smiled, their trust in him clear and strong. As the ship grew stronger, Alex noticed other changes. The ship's lights seemed brighter, and the soft humming inside became steadier. It was as if the ship itself was waking up, ready for the next adventure. Alex felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness. Soon the twins would leave, and he would be left behind. But he hoped their paths would cross again. The last night before their departure was quiet and full of meaning. Alex and the twins sat outside the workshop, sharing stories and laughter. They looked up at the stars, those same stars that connected their distant worlds. Lyra gave Alex a small gift, a glowing crystal from their ship. She said it was a symbol of friendship and gratitude. Alex held it carefully, feeling its warmth and light. It was more than a gift. It was a promise that their connection would not end with this visit. Mira added that the crystal could guide Alex if he ever needed help or wished to find them. It was a link between their worlds, a bridge. Of hope, Alex felt speechless. He had come into this repair job expecting nothing more than payment, but instead, he had found friendship, adventure, and a new understanding of the universe. As dawn approached, the twins prepared to leave. Their ship gleamed under the rising sun, ready to take them on their journey. Alex helped with the final checks, feeling proud and hopeful. When the engines hummed to life, the twins turned to Alex one last time. Their eyes shone with gratitude and promise. Alex waved, knowing this was not goodbye, but the start of a new chapter for all of them. The ship lifted off smoothly, disappearing into the sky, carrying the twins and their dreams across the stars. Alex stood there, holding the glowing crystal, ready for whatever the future might bring. When the twins' ship was finally ready to leave, Alex expected a simple thank you and maybe a small payment for his hard work. He never imagined what would come next. As the ship's engines hummed softly and the sisters prepared for their journey, they called Alex to the ship's main chamber. His heart beat faster, curious about what they wanted to show him. Inside, the air was filled with a soft, shimmering light. At the center of the chamber sat a beautiful object resting on a small pedestal. It was an artifact, unlike anything Alex had ever seen. It glowed with colors that shifted gently like the surface of a calm ocean. The artifact seemed alive in some way, as if it held a secret power. The twins explained, using words Alex was beginning to understand, that this was a gift, a reward for his kindness, skill, and trustworthiness. It was not just any object, but a symbol of their deepest gratitude. The artifact held knowledge and technology that could help not only them, but others as well. Alex was speechless. He had repaired their ship, but this reward was beyond anything he could have hoped for. The twins said the artifact was ancient, passed down through generations, and connected to their homeworld's history. It was a key to understanding lost, secrets, and possibly a tool to heal their planet. The twins trusted Alex with this gift because they saw in him more than just a mechanic. They saw a friend who cared, who respected their culture and mission. They believed he could use this gift wisely and maybe, in time, help bridge the gap between their worlds. Alex held the artifact carefully. It was warm to the touch and seemed to pulse softly with energy. He felt a strange calm and strength from it. Though he did not understand all its mysteries yet, he knew this was a turning point in his life. The twins spoke about the responsibility that came with the artifact. It was not meant to be kept hidden or unused. It was a tool for knowledge, healing, and connection. Alex promised he would protect it and learn all he could. As the twins prepared to leave, they invited Alex to visit their world one day. They said the artifact could guide him, and their friendship would always be open. Alex felt a deep honor. He never expected his small repair job to lead to such a profound relationship. Before leaving, the twins showed Alex one last thing, a small, holographic map hidden inside the artifact. It pointed to the location of the ancient archive they were searching for, the place that held the secrets to saving their home. They said this map was incomplete, but could be combined with other clues across the galaxy. Alex studied the map carefully. It was complex but fascinating, full of stars, symbols, and routes. He realized that the twins' journey was far from over. He wanted to help more, but knew his place was for now here, on the edge of space. The twins thanked Alex again, their eyes shining with hope and trust. They said goodbye with warmth and promised to return. Alex felt a mix of sadness and excitement. He knew this was a goodbye for now, but also the start of a new adventure. As their ship lifted off and disappeared into the sky, Alex stood quietly, holding the glowing artifact. He looked up at the stars, feeling a deep connection to the vast universe around him. He was no longer just a simple mechanic. He was part of something bigger, a story of friendship, hope, and discovery. For days after, Alex studied the artifact. He found that it reacted to his touch and thoughts. It held information in symbols and lights that slowly began to make sense. He realized that the gift was a key, not only to alien knowledge, but to a new future for himself and others. Alex also began sharing stories about the twins and their world with other people at the space station. Their courage and mission inspired many. The artifact became a symbol of hope and friendship between humans and the alien race. Alex knew that his life had changed forever. The twins had left him with more than a ship to fix. They had given him a chance to be part of something extraordinary. The road ahead was unknown, but he was ready. With the artifact glowing softly in his hands, Alex looked toward the stars. He knew that one day he would travel beyond the edges of space again, and when that time came, he would be ready to meet his friends from Illyria once more. After the twins' ship disappeared into the endless sky, Alex felt a quiet stillness around him. The workshop, once filled with the hum of repairs and the soft glow of alien light, now seemed peaceful in a way he hadn't known before. Holding the glowing artifact in his hands, Alex thought about everything that had happened. He realized that his life was no longer the same as it had been before. Something new had begun. Alex began to study the artifact carefully every day. He noticed that it changed colors and patterns depending on how he held it or what he thought about. At first, the symbols and lights inside seemed like a puzzle with no solution. But slowly, as he spent more time with it, the meaning started to become clearer. It was like a book written in a language he was learning to understand. The artifact showed maps of distant stars and strange symbols that glowed softly in the dark. Alex made notes, drawing pictures and trying to connect the dots. Sometimes he would call other engineers or scientists at the space station to help him understand the strange technology. Together, they began to discover new ways to use the artifact's power. What amazed Alex the most was that the artifact seemed to respond to his feelings and intentions. When he thought about peace and hope, the colors shone brighter and warmer. When he was curious or thoughtful, the patterns danced and changed. It was almost as if the artifact was alive, sharing a connection with him across space and time. As word spread about Alex's discovery, many people came to hear his story. They listened with wide eyes as he described the twin alien sisters, their living ship, and the precious gift they had left him. Alex became a kind of storyteller, sharing hope and wonder with those who had never dreamed of such things. Some visitors asked if the artifact could be used to help humans too. Alex believed it could. He imagined that the ancient knowledge inside could unlock new science and technology to improve life across many worlds. The artifact was a bridge, not only between different species, but between old mysteries and new possibilities. One day, as Alex worked late into the night, he heard a soft sound outside his workshop. When he looked up, he saw a faint blue light moving closer. It was the glowing crystal the twins had given him, floating gently in the air. The crystal pulsed with a soft heartbeat, as if it was alive and calling to him. Alex took the crystal in his hands and felt warmth spread through him. He closed his eyes and let his mind open to the light. Suddenly, images and feelings filled his thoughts, scenes of the twins traveling through space, searching for the hidden archive and facing many challenges with courage and hope. The crystal was a message, a reminder that the twins were still out there, carrying their mission forward. Alex felt connected to them across the stars, knowing that their friendship and trust were real and lasting. Inspired by this moment, Alex made a decision. He would prepare to leave his quiet life behind and join the twins on their journey someday. He wanted to help find the ancient archive, learn more about Illyria, and share the knowledge of the artifact with others. It was a big dream, but Alex knew it was possible. For now, he focused on learning all he could from the artifact and improving his skills. He reached out to friends and allies who might help him prepare for the adventures ahead. Each day brought new discoveries, new challenges, and new reasons to hope. Alex also thought about the twins' home planet, Illyria, and the disaster that had changed their world. He felt a deep respect for their courage and determination. Their story reminded him that no matter how different people or species might seem, they shared the same dreams: to protect their homes, to find meaning, and to connect with others. Months passed, and Alex's reputation grew. He became known as the man who repaired the twin alien sisters' ship and who held the mysterious artifact of Illyria. But more than that, he became a symbol of friendship between worlds and the power of kindness and curiosity. One evening, as Alex watched the stars twinkle above, he thought about what the future might hold. The galaxy was wide and full of secrets, waiting to be explored. With the artifact glowing softly beside him and the memory of the twins in his heart, Alex felt ready. He knew this was only the beginning of a much larger story. The road ahead would be full of challenges and wonders, but he was no longer alone. Across the stars, his friends were out there, carrying hope for all their worlds, and Alex was ready to join them, to step beyond the edge of known space, and to write the next chapter in